about what could we do to increase the capacity of young people as we were gathering them. And the thing for us that came up over and over again was that if you educate young people about their rights, especially about the right to be involved in decisions that affect them, especially about making sure that their voice needs to be heard, young people begin to actualize. They begin to live out their rights in the context of their community and their families. The more of us who gather, who have an awareness of our rights, and to spend time connecting around that, our voices are going to be way stronger. And I think that's a really exciting thing. So we need to stand in unity on this, and we wanted to do more than just hear about rights and, you know, figure out these fancy concepts. We want to give you the tools and the ability to live them.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
My name is Warren Hooley. I'm from Penticton, 26. I'm a workshop facilitator and inspirational hip-hop artiste.
My name is Matilda Chilhitia and I'm from Upper Nicola Band.
My name is Savannah McKenzie. I'm the Regional Youth Rep for Vancouver Island through Métis Nation, British Columbia. And I'm here to learn about our rights.
My name is Jonathan Prince. I'm from Nanaimo.
My name is Emelina Lazard and I'm from Penticton Indian Band in the Okanagan Nation, Sealch.
I told my Friendship Center youth counselor person that I was going to be open to more things, and she was like, okay, I'll just give you anything that comes up. I'm like, all right. And she just said, like, yeah, I got this opportunity for you.
I'm here because I'm into networking and finding other engaged Indigenous youth.
Youth and child rights are something that I feel quite strongly about, just considering my own past.
I came because I thought this would be a good opportunity.
I feel like a lot of the time we're segregated, we work in silos, and it's important to know who else in the broader community is doing the same work that you're doing, and how we need to foster collaboration and facilitate movements together. And so there's only one way to do that, and that's to get to know your allies.
Dropped out of high school in like grade 9, and it was like, it seemed like a good path to just drop out and work. And then by the time I was turning 19, I realized I need my school to actually go somewhere.
It's critical that we be educated in order to be able to question what's going on in the world.
If there was less than 15 kids that wanted to know the language, then they said that's not enough to make a classroom. And I wasn't able to learn my own language because there wasn't more than 15 Native kids in my grade.
What we need in post-secondary is working with elders and having a wholeness experience, and not just having the education, not just chasing after that degree.
Realistically, the way the world works right now, you're not going to get ahead unless you have post-secondary education.
The Post-Secondary Student Support Program, which is what provides status and Inuit First Nations with funding, is not nearly adequate. Between 2001 and 2006, over 10,000 status and Inuit First Nations went unfunded, and Métis and non-status go completely unfunded, and that's completely unacceptable. Education should be free for everyone.
The rights that I feel most passionately about are the rights of Indigenous people. Knowing your culture is more than just knowing your language and knowing traditions and ceremonies. That's an all-encompassing way, but it's a way that you walk through the world and that you see things and that you speak with people. You know, so for me, what I'm passionate about is learning about colonization and trying to regain my cultural knowledge and to try to help other people regain their cultural knowledge.
I've seen a lot of people that aren't connected to their culture, and they just feel like they don't belong anywhere. And I can see that they need it just as much as anything else. They need it like they need shelter and food and water and clothing, and it's something that makes you who you are. And to have culture is to feel complete and to feel at ease with yourself.
I went home and I was living on the res, and one of my cousins died of exposure because they were drinking in the main part of the res and then decided to try and walk home and actually fell down a snowbank and couldn't get back up and ended up dying of exposure. And when he died, I just remember feeling really angry and was like so mad at the band and mad at my community and mad at the world. And my aunt really helped me harness my anger into action and was like, you know, you can sit around and be angry and like I get that and that makes sense. But you have an opportunity to help create some change here and to make sure this doesn't happen again. And so she really empowered me to use my voice and to, you know, rally the troops who at that time were my cousins and to, you know, approach chief and council and say, like, we deserve a youth center and we deserve staff and we deserve resources to make sure that we feel that we belong and that we matter in this community. And that's like almost 15 years ago, and we still have a youth center and we still have youth staff in our community. And no one has died from exposure since in our community, and I think that in and of itself is huge.
I learned from a workshop that adults have the obligation to teach you your rights.
I didn't know anything about that foster care rights.
If you're in like a care of a non-Aboriginal caretaker, that you have the right to go to every cultural event. And it just amazed me because I was not aware of that.
I didn't know that there was this paper that you could take to a meeting that could help you knowing what your rights are, so that you could have someone there to help you. Because it's very scary when decisions are made on your behalf.
The more young people are having their voices heard in decisions that affect them, the better the solutions are, the better the ideas are, and the more likely it is to be successful.
I feel really passionate about be yourself and be healthy. Those are the rights that most affect me, and just in my life directly. I can be who I want to be. I don't have to conform, or it's okay for me to feel differently about things, and it's okay for me to have different cultural practices, and I don't have to feel bad about that.
Yeah, for the right to be happy. This is undeniably the most important right to me, and I think it's a right that gets overlooked. You know, people get so caught up in like, you know, we deserve this, we deserve that, but it's like, are you taking those to your heart? Like, are you living as the true person that you need to be? Do you actually apply it to your life? You know, do you actually live that thing, or do you just say it and preach it, right? And if we all change as individuals, then we won't need to change the overall, right? It really starts with us.
I walked away with thinking more positively about myself.
I am going to go away knowing that I have a voice and I can stand up and speak for myself. What I'm going to go back is to educate the educators about the awareness of Aboriginal people and how they teach and how they learn.
I'm gonna speak out at my youth council meeting and talk about like my experiences here, and then probably do more stuff with my youth council, take more charge, be more confident.
I want to major in geography, so I can map, I can help First Nations map out the traditional lands.
I know what my rights are, I know what my 6-year-old sister's rights are, and I know what Aboriginal rights and entitlement is, and I have a clear understanding of that.
Workshops are actually amazing. I'd go to all 3 of them.
I feel as if I'm more clear and just collected a bunch of knowledge.
There's so many open doors right now, you know, I'm learning so much, and especially with what I've learned here.
You can have your education, but you can still keep your cultural ways and just use them both in the world. You can do it, and believe in you, and be proud to be Aboriginal.
I would just like to acknowledge that I'm a guest on unceded Coast Salish territory, and I would like to thank the Salish Nations for having me. And I'd like to also acknowledge my mother and my grandmother for instilling this desire to know more about myself and about other cultures.